Hello, JPU family. Welcome back to another episode. We're on regular scheduled broadcast tonight. It's another episode of Jamaica Politics University, guys. If you are new to this platform, welcome, guys. And if you are returning, welcome back. We're glad to have you. Guys, I hope you had a good weekend. I hope all is well. Everybody's doing fine. Now, tonight we have an exciting program coming up as usual. As usual, I have some information for you guys and we have a few things to talk about. Serious matters. So if you don't mind, please give the live a thumbs up as soon as you join. Make sure you share it with somebody and let us get talking, guys. Let us see who is here. Moderator, welcome. Good evening. Um, Good evening, Miss Joanne. Janelle, welcome back. Simone, Verona, good evening. The usual suspects, always on time, always here. Guys, if we haven't told you lately, you are appreciated over here. Thank you so much for always joining. Or can they say they renounce their citizenship? Renouncing UK citizenship cannot be word of mouth. The person has to make an application and pay a fee. Yes, Miss Novlet, we're going to get into it. Yes, because I be a word amount we are here. We're not seeing a certificate. To your talk. We're going to get tonight though, because I not only certificate we need for see, Right now, them need to resign. I don't know if these people really and truly believe in their heart of hearts that Jamaicans should accept them just saying, hey, we're going to renounce. And some of them, they're so reluctant about it. And Jamaica people for just all that. No, we have to look and see how have we handled this in the past. In the past, the members of parliament, and it's not just Jamaica, in other countries where they've dealt with the same issue, the members of parliament had to resign. Why? Because they were not duly elected. Because when they were nominated, they were a British or whatever citizen they were, other than a Jamaican citizen. But we're gonna get into it. Um, Let me just talk to you guys real quick about journalism in Jamaica. It's a very serious thing that is happening, guys. Very serious. So let us get the people them over here, guys. Let them know that we're on and all these things. And then we can get talking. You are looking at the late Ian Bowen, one of the greatest journalists in Jamaica, who passed away recently. And boy, I tell you, there's a void. There's a void in journalism that has yet to be filled. And we have some serious things going on in the country. And we don't hear them people here, we call themselves journalists. People that we expect to stand in the gap. We're not hearing anything substantial from them with any consistency where the issues are concerned. And we all should be concerned about that, right? So let us get into it, guys. The reason why I decided to speak to the journalists them in Jamaica, and I could have put more journalists up here, on the screen, but I didn't put no more journalists because I'm talking about reputable people. I'm not talking about people who just sit down behind computer and I wait for blogger post and blogger talk and vlogger talk. Me I talk about real journalists. Me not talk about mix up journalists. Me I talk about real serious journalists who carry out the work of journalism. Now, here we have a situation in Jamaica where, as you know by now, guys, Mark Golding, the last time I spoke to you, I told you that Mark Golding announced that the PNP's NEC on Sunday, yesterday, that he plans to renounce after being forced to renounce. Julian Robinson, after Mark Golding said that he would renounce, he too said that he's going to renounce. So here we have, in the first time in Jamaica history, here we have an opposition leader and shadow finance minister who are both dual citizens of another country. That has never happened in our history. But most importantly, I am going to play a recording and let you guys hear it. And then I'm going to come back and discuss, because that is where the journalists in the country comes in. That is where they fall very short. And I want you to tag them and send this to them. All of the journalists them. Guys, if you want to know them contacts, send this information to them, because they need to hear this. Then now go on good. So have a listen to this news item, and then we'll come back and discuss.
My situation is one where I've always regarded my status as being normal and not something that I should be concerned about. However, when the issue came out in the public domain, I did say that while my own view of the matter of dual citizenship is that we should be expanding rather than narrowing the scope of who can participate in our political process, even at the highest level, given the diaspora that we have as a reality, the Jamaican family being international, and we being so dependent on our Jamaican family for the sustenance and support of our economy and our society here. And we discussed some of those issues a while ago in the discussion on economic transformation. I also said that I had to be mindful of where the Jamaican people felt about this, and if it became apparent that the view was that leaders in the parliament, or members of parliament, senators, or persons of holding high office should be exclusively Jamaican citizens, I would take that into account. And comrades, we have reached a point now where we have some data on the views of the public on this matter. And while I express my own view is on the way we ought to be going as a country in relation to this issue, I do not want my status to be something which could hold the party back, impact the party negatively, or any of our candidates who are on the road to victory in difficult seats which we're looking to win, to have any kind of disadvantage because of my status. So as a result of that, I have decided to take that issue off the table by renouncing my registration.
So guys, where the journalists in the country comes in now is there are two things that Mark Golding said. That the journalists them in Jamaica, you see, these people don't understand the importance of the role that they have to play. Mark Golding said two things in his statement, and I'm going to read the written statement that he sent around in WhatsApp to you guys after me done talk about this. The man say he thought that, let us play back that part because I don't want to misquote him. Let me just play that few seconds of what he said initially. Hold on.
My situation is one where I've always regarded my status as being normal and not something that I should be concerned about. However,
he always regarded his immigration status as normal and something that he shouldn't be concerned about. Mark Golding was around in Jamaica when JLP members of parliament were brought to court for the same situation. So how can he think that it was normal? How can he think that it was normal, guys? Want to tell me in the comments, please, and thanks. The next thing is, a journalist should be asking Mark Golding also. Mark Golding, you want to be the leader of Jamaica. You were justice minister. You were senator. Have you read our constitution, Mark Golding? You are supposed to be a lawyer. So let us say Mark Golding was nowhere around when these people were taken to court for the same thing. Let us say he was nowhere around. As justice minister, former justice minister, former senator, member of parliament, you should know our constitution. And if you do not know our constitution, you are unfit to lead our country. You are even unfit to be practicing law in Jamaica, because as a lawyer, you should know our constitution. Where are you can't read good? Me no know what people. Is it that Mark Golding cannot read properly? Mark Golding should have read the constitution just like all the lawyers them in a Jamaica. So what you tell me say the whole of the lawyer them will come talk, the whole of them brighter than Mark Golding? No man, wanna talk to me in the comments. Wanna tell me if the lawyers them in a Jamaica, people like you, wild man. That's why I'm not about to waste man time come over here to come talk about this again, you know. People like you, wild man, Gordon Robinson, PJ Patterson, Abe Dabdoob. What are you telling me, that they're all brighter than Mark Golding? If you don't know the constitution, you can't lead Jamaica. You're not fit to be an opposition leader. You're unfit, brother. You're unfit, very unfit. And this is what the journalists in the country, this is the face-to-face conversation that the journalists them in the country should be having with Mark Golding. But why am I picking up a vibe like say, uno no want offend the European man? And yes, me I call him European because the two I'm people them, if side of people them are English and European and them something. They're the same root there. Right? My root there Africa. Some own root there Africa, maybe other countries too. Mark Golding root is in Europe. What happened? Why is it that people like Dion Jackson Miller, people like Zara Burton, why is it that these journalists in Jamaica are not sitting face to face with these politicians and questioning them? What is the role of a journalist? It seems as if we forgot. These people are answerable to the country, you know. They're answerable to the people. And of course, they can't answer every question from every citizen. And that is where the journalists them in the country comes in. They have a very important role and a very important job to play in the society. The questions that we cannot ask these politicians, the journalists them supposed to read the mood, know what is going on, and go to the politicians them and ask them these questions. But that is not happening. Would Dion Jackson Miller or Zara Burton have the courage to say to Mark Golding, how come you don't understand the Constitution? We not hear from Julian yet, you know. We not hear Julian say him think this did all right, you know. We not hear Julian say, I thought I was okay. He hasn't said that. But Mark Golding, who said him is a lawyer, him go to law school. Mark Golding, who is a former justice minister, and all of them something there. He might come tell Jamaica, say, I thought that my situation was normal. Are you friggin' kidding me? This is bizarre. We don't want to dance around the country. I mean, not care when me talk so. Because if you are going to be a lawyer and you are going to be a former justice minister, you are going to be a member of parliament, a former senator, or you are going to come tell the people them say you think say for your dual allegiance did okay. That means you don't look and you don't know the constitution then. Jamaica cannot have no dance lead. Me I telling you straight right now. Me no care if you're born in England, if you're born in Commonwealth, Jamaica, wherever. I don't care. If you're coming to apply for the leadership of the country, you cannot be a dunce. We not endorse that. So what is this? When the journalists them there, if you come ask the man here, what he mean by him thing, say, film situation did normal. The journalists them need to come down now. Some of them were calling themselves journalists in a Jamaica. They have to come down now. Because this not make no sense. You thought your situation was okay. Why did you think that? The only reason why you would think that is because you did not read the Constitution. And you probably misread the Constitution. You never understand what you read when you read the Constitution. Because even if you never read the Constitution, you were around in a 2007 when the JLP MPs were taken to court. So where you come say now? Is this another lie? Are you telling us that you cannot read properly because you read the Constitution but you never understand? Say, you're not supposed to in a parliament to do. Look here, man. Me not hear none of journalists them. I said them people have to resign. Welcome, Jamaica 411. Welcome. Thank you. Then if that was the case, why did he go through this elaborate deception to hide the fact that he's a British? Me don't know. Me don't hear none of journalists them in the country I say this man here and Julian and Matthew Samuda must resign. Everybody are come open their mouth now and say, we are renounce. That's not enough. That's not how this works. You're not duly elected. You are illegal in there. So in order to be regarded as opposition leader or MP and or MP, you need to go and resign, come back with your renunciation certificate, go run by election, and if your party want you put you back as leader opposition, then put you back. And our prerogative that. But that is the process. Uno are not legal in there. Uno is illegal. Because when you nominate and when you go run election, uno was dual allegiance. So uno have to come down to. Guys, me wrong or me right? Uno tell me in a comment now. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. What is this? Uno want escape justice and that a go on? Uno have to go resign too. Uno have to resign because guess what? Uno no legal and uno no valid. I'm going to tell you something. You see, my goal, and if you think, say, you are going to just tell the people them say you're going to resign and you're not going to run by election and resign from out there. Sorry, if you think you're going to tell the people them both say you're going to renounce and you're not going to resign from the parliament and go run by it, you're going to be the first member, if first the opposition leader, I mean, we have to resign from out of the parliament because you've been concealing this thing here. I say you never know. I mean, I believe you. Because you have a history of telling too many lies. So, you're going to have to come down. You're going to have to come down. So, I'm going to say if you're going to wait until the eve of the election to come down. And there's a lot of questions to be asked, you know. That's why I say them journalists are not going with nothing in our country, you know. Because if Mark Golding is supposed to resign, then somebody now have to go step in as opposition leader while him go sort out him problem. Me have to go call Liz because I want to know what the deputy opposition leader, because it can't be Peter Bunting, you know. Because if Peter Bunting get put in there as interim opposite, him not come out. Him not. Me no want laugh, you know, man. Me no want laugh, you know. Where the journalists them in a Jamaica if you can ask them question here? How did you think that this was normal? Did you not read the Constitution? Did you not understand the Constitution? Were you not around when the JLP members of Parliament were taken to court and had to resign from the Parliament? Will you be resigning from the Parliament, Mark Golding, Matthew Samuda, Julian Robinson? Will you all be resigning? And if so, when? And when you resign, Mark Golding, who is going to be the interim opposition leader? I don't want Andrew Holness them believe, say, for the sake of convenience, them not going to talk out of them mouth, or them are going to bring this man going to election and them sitting there. It's not right, Andrew Holness. It is not right. What he is doing is illegal. So nobody feel like, say, true, you want to have one-upsmanship, you go sit down and go and keep on going and run politics or run election and knowing to yourself say if Mark Golding supposed to win the election, you can go court and say him illegal as prime minister and take him down. So there is no convenience. And that's why I say the Attorney General of Jamaica, he is one of them who responsible to say to Mark Golding and whosoever in there with dually, them have to go resign. They cannot just tell the country they're going to renounce. They have to resign from the parliament. Because nothing that they do, no appointment, nothing that they do after that is legal. They have to leave and go run them by election like everybody else. And that's how the thing come down right now. Thank you for joining. Good night, Liz. Me have to go call Liz. Because I want to know if when Mark Golding resign, because hell or high water time gots to resign. That is the protocol. That is the process. That is how we handle these things. If you look in Guyana, you look in Australia, where they had the same problem. Everybody and their mother have to resign. We have dual allegiance in there. They have to resign. They have to go run by election and come back. As a matter of fact, we don't have to make reference to those countries because we in Jamaica have dealt with this before. So we don't have to make reference to those countries. We know what to do. We know what the right thing is. But some people feel like they are above the law. They are above everybody else. And it's not going to work because one is illegal. And Jonas is going to have to tell my man this to resign and reappoint him. But what is the hold up? If a man go do something every minute, as a man go do something on a year, I would do it. And put them up on Jamaica Constabulary Facebook page. Uno put them on Wanted Wednesday. Eh? And them are people here in the parliament and admit say them are this and them are that. How long? I won't not tell me say, uno go use delay tactic. No, that's not right. What goes for the goose, go for the gander. That's why Jamaica people don't like and trust somehow, uno. So uno a politician because uno not stand up for nothing what is right. There is no deputy opposition leader. The MPs and the opposition benches choose who they have confidence in and recommend that person to the Governor General for appointment. You're talking about in the situation of where the country would be without an opposition leader like what we're seeing now, Jamaica 411. Then hold on, they over the JLP side, then them have deputy prime minister over there, or deputy somebody in case something happened to the prime minister. No? Yes, they're all smarter. Attending a top university is not always a sign of brilliance. Went to Yeah, because look here. Remember, I wear the video there. Jamaica 411. If you have that video, then me I beg you send it, come give me on WhatsApp. The man say, who him say to? I think him say to Delia Harris and Simone for CVM. A CVM or TVJ. TVJ. Him said to them, say, that he is not in violation of the Constitution, and so he doesn't have to do anything. That is what he said. So if he believed that he was on the right side of the Constitution, it means he misread, him not understand what him reading of the Constitution, him couldn't interpret our Constitution. And I'm sorry to say it so harshly, but him is a dunce liar, if that is the case. Or him is a liar. Pick your choice because of one of them. Either a dunce liar or I'm just a darn liar. Because even me, when I got to law school, could I read the Constitution before even Mr. Wildman come out and say anything. And look on it and know, say, so this not right, because it clearly says what it says. That no person shall be in there with dual allegiance. You don't need to read no further than that, the thing clear, So I don't know where they come up with that something about, say, if you're a Commonwealth citizen, you're all right in there. Which part? See the video here. Thank you, Jamaica for one. That's why I have to love a woman here, Yes, Jamaica 411. Thank you. I'll play the video make on a year. Let me place there. So what we need to know if Mark Golden is a dunce, because I tell you, say we cannot work with no dunce leading our country. We cannot do it. I'm going to say it already, I'm going to say it again. Some people have this notion that white is always right. Not because Mark Golden is a Caucasian European man means him is always right. I have seen many people like Mark Golden who is not bright. So skin color not nothing to do with it. A man either bright or don't bright. Simple as that. Let her play this make on a year. Jamaican passport, Mark Golden, when you travel to the UK, do you use your UK citizenship or do you go and get it? Use the UK. 2 years ago for a tour, I went up on that and in my diplomat to renew my UK passport. It expires this year and I don't use it. No, another one here, at the part where him say, I think I see him interview here though. The part him say, according to the Constitution, him don't have to renounce. You know, remember that part there? And that part there me a talk, sister. Me know me hear him talk so. And when me hear him talk so, me have to really clean up my ears and see what go on, because you're misreading the thing or you don't know what you're reading or you're misinterpreting what you're reading. Him tell Delia say, him according to the Constitution, in the on the right side. But Jamaica 411, even if I 1 minute before the program end, if you have that clip there somewhere, I beg you send it, because I want to know if you hear him say, according to the Constitution, him not have to renounce. And no matter come tell the people them say. Let me read you something where I go around in a WhatsApp. Somebody send it, come give me. Wait there. See it here. It says, letter to the people of Jamaica. Dear fellow Jamaicans, today I address you on a matter of personal significance and national importance. My decision to retain solely my Jamaican citizenship and to renounce my British citizenship. 1. Legitimacy of Commonwealth citizens. Firstly, it is important to acknowledge that having citizenship of a Commonwealth country is required under our Constitution. Jesus, Father. And that's how we start. Eh? It is important to acknowledge that having citizenship of a Commonwealth country is required under our Constitution. So you see, say Mark Gold, no see Jamaica as a country, guys. That me want to tell you. Him no see Jamaica as a country, Him see Jamaica as a colony. We not figure psychology school to understand the languages man are using. Him is not looking at Jamaica as Jamaica. Him is looking at Jamaica like Mark Shields, we have done him over here one day. Right? We come talk about this is how we do it in Britain. Ray. Mark Golding now look for our constitution like a country, a Jamaica. He might look for like a colony, a free motherland of England. Let me read on. This provision recognizes the historical and familial connection that many Jamaicans, including myself, share with other Commonwealth nations. Mark Golding, Jesus Christ, Mark Golding. Mark Golding, to be called a colony is not a beautiful thing. It may be in your eyes, but to be called a colony and some kind of connection with other colony, it reminds we are some wicked times, Mark Golding. It reminds us of how we became a colony and where it started. Eh? You're talking like this is something that is glorious. No. Remember where we come from, now, sir? You said our ancestors bled and died, Even though not go so, You're talking about Commonwealth and talking about historical and familial connections. Historical and familial connection. Look here, you know where I come from, Mark Golden? With England? And last night, I play one documentary before me drop asleep. After the war going on in America, yeah. With the English people, they try to take over the whole place. And the Americans have to turn up and fight them off. And so then go around and do everybody country and I can talk about Commonwealth. What did the money, man? I am a Jamaican citizen and have a Jamaican passport. I was born in Jamaica, I grew up in Jamaica, and I have worked my entire life here. Mark Golden did not graduate high school in Jamaica, guys. I need to tell you guys that. Did not graduate Campion. He completed high school abroad. Don't know why. That's number one. Mark Golden must also tell the Jamaican people that according to, I believe, Section 3 of our Constitution, he's not a Jamaican citizen, I'm sorry. He was not and is not a Jamaican citizen by birth. It must have been through marriage because his father came to Jamaica as an agent working on behalf of Britain. They sent him to the region to develop the University of the West Indies and UC. So while he was on that colonial assignment, he was on an assignment for Britain. So that would mean, say, Mark Golden could not, according to our constitution, be a Jamaican citizen by birth. We're not fool over here, sir. Here he goes now. I have sworn allegiance to Jamaica. What? Oh, I have always acted with Jamaica's best interest at heart. I have sworn allegiance to Jamaica and to Jamaica law. Then hold on now. If you did always swear allegiance to Jamaica and they said, how come you don't want nothing in our country? How come the charity are sitting them delinquent at Jamaica but then don't delinquent at England? How come the whole of your assets are sitting there at British Cayman Island, British Virgin Island? Can't talk without tell a lie. My father, Professor the Honorable Sir John Golding O.J., came to Jamaica from the United Kingdom. Yes, he did, Mark Golding, as an agent to carry out the colonial assignment in the region, not just Jamaica. Remember, your father was also in Trinidad and Tobago at the university over there. Remember, your father was also in a Barbados too. Me telling no people say the UK passed the Colonial Development Act, and in doing so, they decided because of humanitarian business, them want to take shame out of the eyesight because of how them pillage and get rich off of the Caribbean. Them say, all right, you're going to look at breadcrumbs. We're going to do a local educational development. And then we had UA and the hospital. And them something there. So nobody can talk like say your father come at Jamaica because Jesus him did love you. And them send him, them train him. He was trained and sent to Jamaica to do what he did. So there's really nothing glorious for us. Well, at least not for me. When you look at the whole picture. So his father with a whole heap of abbreviation then, came to Jamaica from the United Kingdom. And I also acquired that citizenship by descent. You acquire the citizenship, yes, because your father, military man, colonial assignment, you're born in Jamaica. You say, I don't know if you're born in Jamaica, found so lie, but you say you're born in Jamaica. You get the UK citizenship, but you cannot get Jamaica citizenship born in a Jamaica. You cannot. The Constitution says so. And if somebody care man golden go court about this, him cannot win. Just like when we couldn't win with section 39 and 40 of the Constitution. That's why I'm bow. Him have to bow and Julian have to bow. And some other too. My citizenship status has always been in full compliance with our laws. Jesus Christ, in line. Lord of God, should I finish reading this, guys? Me not have time for waste. My citizenship status has always been in full compliance with the law. Mark Golding, you know, see the Constitution, or to be in compliance with the law when you have to go resign from the Parliament, sir? Eh? You have to resign from the Parliament. So how can you say that? Who you talking to? Your face a true we are Jamaican we dance, man. Don't do that something them, man. You are the dance, you know. Because you can't read good enough. If you are gonna sit there and say that you have always been your citizenship, my citizenship status has always been in full compliance with our laws. You're a damn liar and be a face too. Lie and be a face. And if you felt that way, why didn't you make somebody carry you go to court then and go defend yourself against the Constitution? And that you have to do? You can't do that. The second point he raised. Hold on, guys. The second point we raised in this sitting here where I send on WhatsApp. It's a constitutional reform. In a democratic society, it is important that our laws reflect the collective will and evolving values of the Jamaican people. So him can talk for the Jamaican people, but the Jamaican people can't talk for themselves. All right. Let's go down in that one here. The question of eligibility requirements for political leaders is important and should be addressed comprehensively as part of the ongoing constitutional reform process. That discussion should recognize that as many Jamaicans live overseas as live here, that our economy and society are deeply reliant on the support of Jamaicans overseas. You're a liar. You is a liar. During the COVID-19 pandemic, you know how many people in the diaspora could send a dollar come to Jamaica? Remittances dropped big time because people are facing some serious financial crisis in a foreign. So they could send nothing to Jamaica. Don't Jamaica economy continue? Don't Jamaica people have to continue with their life? For your tax, like say I say, Jamaica people them you depend your top. They not depend your top more than you. Jamaica people them are so hardworking people. And whether people are sent come give them or not, them are going to find a way. And we is the resilience. So the bother contact. Like say you want to come say Jamaica people, the whole society, the whole economy depend your top. No go so. No go so. Jamaica people them who are send no money come at Jamaica. Most of them are send money come do them business. Build up their house, pay them mortgage, whatever. So I know everybody at Jamaica live by Yaitap. In fact, majority now live by Yaitap. You know much people left Jamaica and go foreign and don't look back. You're talking like you have any data. You don't have data. That discussion should recognize that as many Jamaicans live overseas as live here, that our economy and society are deeply reliant on the support of Jamaicans overseas, and that we need talent and participation drawn from the entire Jamaican family to tackle our nation's challenges in the pursuit of national development. Look here, no man. Jamaica people, don't make the money account this, you know. And tell you so no live pan your top. You not deeply reliant upon nobody but on yourself. You not deeply reliant upon nobody but on yourself. Remember me telling you that. When my mother was living in Jamaica, although me used to send money go give my mother no one again. My mother have a good work, you know. Yes. Full-time job. When I was a teenager, some 17 or 18 and them time, sometimes my mother used to send money come give me too. Yes. So people have them 9 to 5 at Jamaica. And at that time when I would, you know, be great, be gracious and send something to my mother. Not because she did heavily reliant on me. I because I know the thing go and know the exchange rate go and know say Christmas, mommy say her money here. Some of them know where you get feared up his story from. This goes to show other money have view Jamaican people, you know, guys. You hear what I say? Jamaica heavily dependent on them. No, I lie, yeah, tell Jamaica some hardworking people. Them 9 to 5 good and pay them $100 a month. Them a go do it and them a go, you know, make them look how much stretch and reach. And yes, we have talented people overseas. What the hell does that have to do with your dual allegiance wanting to lead our country? What does that have to do with anything? This is you, my goal. Nobody can mix up Jamaica people them. This is you wanting to lead Jamaica with dual allegiance. And that shouldn't be so. Where the rest of the parliamentarian them concerned, yes, we can have a discussion about whether they have to only have Jamaican citizenship or whether they can have dual allegiance. That situation is up for discussion, no doubt about that. But when the person, that individual, want to lead Jamaica, you cannot have dual allegiance, and that we say. And that the Constitution said too. You never even did have the decency if you say, all right, when you're MP, then you did have the dual allegiance. When you go challenge Lisa Anna for the leadership of the PNP, you didn't even have the decency if you go renounce them time they secretly and silently and quietly. You think you're entitled Because Jamaica so reliant people. But coupon yeah them too. Look at the man, me get mad as so, you know. Eh? Jamaica people them heavily reliant, so you never did, you couldn't think them time they say you want to come apply for opposition work. To draw down the taxpayer them how much in $1 million amount time. You want to come and challenge a Jamaican Lisa. I ain't even go say, all right, me go renounce because me step up here now. Me want to lead the country I know. Me is the leader in waiting. Me go take time and and go get the renunciation. No, because Jamaica people them heavily reliant. Just so you're right. Yeah, we are some talented people here and abroad. And if you want come home, can do what we are do, we're not in a parliament that try to lead country. So whether we have dual or dual, not enough for your business, that mind your business. For your business is that you have to go renounce and resign from the parliament. That you have to do. Number 3 say respecting public sentiment. Based on a scientific poll that we recently commissioned, I am aware that while not an overwhelming majority, a significant percentage of our population believes that political leaders and other holders of high national office should hold only Jamaican citizenship. Then, we not see that the poll. Jamaica 4-1 and you see the poll. We not see that the poll. But anyway, make we carry on. My father was a great servant of the job. No, Mark Golden, your father was first a servant of the colonial people. Them. Stop it. Remember, you say your father was going to go to Chicago first, which me not believe that neither, because your father come on the colonial assignment. Chicago is not a colony of Jamaica. Or the colonial assignment your father come on. Stop it. Everything you come talk about your father did and gone, man. I feel your memory that hold that man. And stop from talking our face about your father. I love him dearly. You're supposed to your father. He has always been a moral compass in my life. You should have shame. Because I don't think your father lie like you saw. You have to pay. And I remain proud of his legacy of service, especially to persons with disability. But you see, for a man who come from a family, a father himself, of service, how did he come into politics? Not because of him love for people and love for service and they're sitting there. He come in on a financial backdoor relationship thing with Omar Davis, some scavenger style. So you're not coming at the politics because of the love that you proclaim your father had for people and for helping less fortunate and other people. Look at your constituency, for example. Your member of parliament are one of the worst, impoverished, crime-ridden, sitting there in a Jamaica garrison. What you do around there? So nothing. More they come boasting and people them face say you have much money. Me have an auntie who come from a jungle. She's a registered nurse. Good people come from around here. Her husband a police. Smart people come from around here. But you as a man we pretend like say boy you love people and rare. You know try hone the skills of young people in that area with potential. We can't come say, see a dozen youth there, Ghana University, we MP, whatever. No. No. Well on there. Moderator. Want somebody in the comment named Janet look like she need to come down now. Black off Janet for this. I don't know who Janet attack. But Janet, we not argue with people over here saying no. Yes. Then that thing where him say, this soon done, guys. Me soon done read this. He say, nevertheless, as someone putting myself forward to the people of Jamaica for high office, I have decided to ensure that my citizenship is not a matter of concern to those who feel strongly that persons holding high office in Jamaica should be Jamaican citizens only. Guys, when you realize that the man still not acknowledge say the constitution of Jamaica is the boss. When you say still not acknowledge say the constitution of Jamaica say what it says. If Mark Golding think him now gonna resign from the parliament and go run by election, Jamaica turn upside down. I mean, I tell you, I just told me not ready to get the 100 people and first go to parliament, go start, with the protest, I told me not ready, Number 4, him say avoiding distraction. Moreover, I do not wish this matter to be used as a distraction by an unpopular government that has lost the trust and confidence of the majority of the Jamaican people. We must focus on the pressing issues facing our nation and solutions to give a better quality of life to our people. The current administration, dismal failure, Lord Jesus, me never go down in that right now, my going for lie, I tell the government and the Jamaica Labour Party more popular than you. I Rise United Movement and Bunting and Dayton Campbell and Ian Eels. All of them do I tell be a lie. Yes, the government more popular than you know. As of right this minute, you're too lie for tappy. Look at this statement riddled with lies, misinformation, disinformation. Me can't bother you, me no bother thought read this for. But just so you know, misinformation. Let me play that video, See it here.
Passport when I was a little child. My dad arranged that, and over the years I've continued to have it, but I don't use it now. And for me, it was a travel document that was convenient. I'm quite willing to give it up because I haven't been using it, as I've said, for many years now. And this whole question of renouncing, that status is something I've never considered before, and I'm going to think about it. But my initial position on it is I think it's an unreasonable request, given the current constitution that we have. But, it's something that I'm prepared to consider going forward. And whatever, certainly, if we go through the constitutional reform process and the people of Jamaica decide, it's ironic in a way, because I was the one advocated that we should expand who can be in parliament to not just Commonwealth citizens, but all Jamaican citizens, regardless, including U.S. People of dual U.S. nationality or other countries. And that's what kind of triggered some of this current furor. But now the Prime Minister is saying he agrees with that. He agrees with passport when I was a little child from my dad.
Hello, sir. Hello. You see the people on the screen here, sir? The whole of them have to come down. You have to come down too. You're not above the law. You're not above the constitution. Right? And if Jamaican people, including those in parliament, is going to start setting a new precedent so that white people can get away with things that other... me say, me just watch what go on, Yes, me just watch what go on, because if we're not going to apply the rule equally to Mark Golding and them who are each on him shirt back, Julian and anybody else who are each on him shirt back. If you don't think so, you're not going to make them face the same situation of resigning from the parliament, a lie or not tell. If you don't think so, you're not going to come give one perception in a Jamaica like say, because a man look like Mark Golding, them him get a blind or him get to skate the law, lie or not tell. Lie or not tell. That should not be a new precedent in Jamaica. Every man, woman should be equal under the law. No matter your political affiliation, no matter where you look like, no matter where your parents them look like or where they come from, no matter your socioeconomic status, no matter your gender, everybody feel equal under the law. Way my talk a lie. Disinformation. So we're calling on the journalists them now to come do their work. Come do no work. And as a matter of fact, somebody should have made Mark Golding go in at the court go defend this with this a constitution, yeah. Him know what him do when him come out constituency say him a come down. Him have to. And he needs to resign as well as everybody in there with this dual allegiance. Sorry, guys, I have not been reading your comments. Let me see. Big up yourself, I am tip on everybody in the comment. Big up on yourself, guys. Steady, big up on yourself. Big up yourself, steady. Guys, I don't know if you look on an upload that I did earlier talking about the Rise United people them trying to walk in the PNP shoe or in Peter Phillips shoe. Because the truth of the matter is, what we're seeing right now is not the PNP, It's Rise United that try a thing, Trying to look political legitimacy, And I specifically addressed the issue of in that video. I addressed the issue of Mark Golden calling Andrew Willis corrupt. You need to go watch it. Mark Golden and Peter Bunting can't call nobody corrupt, because the two of them are white collar criminal, Corrupt, Yes. What them and Omar Davis did was criminal. And there's no place else in the world that could I get away with that. Putting up interest rate on the people, them, make the people lose all of them sitting and then take away people and sitting. And one of the most calculated, wicked act me ever seen in the history of the world. So Mark Golden can't call Andrew corrupt. And remember how so we balance. If Andrew wrong, we are saying wrong. But Andrew Wilson is not corrupt more than Mark Golden and Peter Bunting with a white collar criminal activity in a FinSac. And that me say over here so nobody can sue me. I'm not sorry, because I shoot me attack. Mark Golden can never come out to the Jamaican people and talk to the people about his role in FinSac. He could never do that. Because he knows that his role was criminal and unscrupulous. Neither Bunting can come out come talk neither. I mean, you're one of the FinSac victim call Bunting name and say need to repent. One lady. Omar Davis to repent too. Andrew Willis hasn't done anything like that to the Jamaican people. Them a man wipe out almost how much of the population of successful black people. People who work hard to obtain home ownership, businesses. They wiped out the people, them a wickedness, that man. And you not talk about economy and diaspora remittance. If we never wipe out them, the 44,000 entrepreneurs in Jamaica, maybe we would have a better economy. Maybe people are foreign who don't fear send their family money will drop off because of FinSac and want to do. So when you can't call nobody corrupt, you take up this thing now. I try walking a Peter Phillips shoes. When the people in Andrew Wallace put around him, I'm talking at the video. I don't want to talk everything I want to. If you go watch the video and tell me what you think. Andrew Wallace put some people around him when probably never know say them thief, never know them are wicked. And he learned the hard way. He learned the hard way that in a business and in a job, you don't have no friend. Because friend will come in your business and come in your job and come fail you. Then will come in there and make you look bad. Come in there, come thief and do all. That's why I don't recommend people, Me top do that. I mean, hear a whole heap of people say they not recommend, they not write no recommendation for nobody. Because people will fail you. Andrew, well, let's bring some people come in and cabinet and around the politics. If you can do some sitting whenever nice. So we can't talk the truth over here, so. And he had no choice but to either fire them, resign them, then gone about them business, the owner get charged and them something there. And he had to do that. But the magnitude of the white collar criminal activities of Mark Golding and Peter Bunting and Omar Davis. Andrew Wallace hasn't done anything like that in Jamaica to the Jamaican people. So who is Mark Golding calling corrupt? I am corrupt. They sitting where them gain off a finsack, the whole heap of money and gains where they make off a finsack. Some of them sitting there good all day in the British Virgin Island too, which part Mark Golding house there. Who to tell? But they're not in a no situation to call nobody at all corrupt, honest to God. And them are sitting here, the journalists them of the country must come do and come talk. Me tired of them. That's why people now watching up on TV and on news again, because right here now, you not ask no question. You not do no work, man. I mean, Zara Burton, no one again me up on our email list, so no one again me see that Zara do some investigation thing. But what about face to face with these people? Dean Jackson will have a nice little program, all angles. Sometimes the time you need to have a little more time with the people you're speaking with. But these issues that we're discussing here, come on. The people are depending on you to hold these folks accountable. What about Satan Campbell? Most of the journalists are in favor of the opposition. You feel so? Why would that be though? Why would that be? There's a reason behind everything. Why would that be? Well, on, let me see if the phone on. Yes, the phone on. Missy Jamaica Gleaner, them post one Sydney yesterday, last night, of an oncologist, Jamaican oncologist in foreign. And this oncologist man, he might talk about say when he did younger, he had some orthopedic issues and Sir John Golding took care of him. So me go in the comment, go educate him and tell him, say, look here. As a matter of fact, I never really want to educate the oncologist because he was just speaking about his experience. But we know that Jamaica Gleaner, we know what they're trying to do. So I kindly go in the comment and go make them know that Sir John Golding came on the colonial assignment and all these things. And that's why I couldn't name Mona Rehab for himself. So Jamaica Gleaner, we see what we do to you know. But everybody a journalist now and una alone. Because somehow you not do the thing properly. Why? Want to tell me why? Why is it that journalists have never been favorable to JLP? Why? There has to be a reason for it. I would like to know what you guys think. These media people are a big disappointment and they don't really go against the PNP. Well, thank God for social media. Because this a political party where they call opposition and PNP a zero. In my view, a zero. I'm not afraid to talk. And that's why we have to respect people like them, man. Yeah. And some rest of journalists are pass and gone. God know. What have we become as a country where journalism and truth and information are concerned? You know, see how foolishness are going. Does that have anything to do with the PNP being in power 18 years, guys? Me not really see no quality as a God. Me not tell you none like I only know me never just come out and bring down people for no reason. Me not see no quality of journalists in a Jamaica today. One or a few people, Zara Burton is very good. She does very well research. She writes well. She explains well. She's one of them who is very good. But we not see Zara Burton more than so. I also saying that they are with the opposition. They were PNP long time, but they have not given up on the PNP despite the risers infiltrating it. Well, listen, the truth of the matter is, guys, I not just you see the journalists them in Jamaica. I not just PNP biased journalists you have. You have some JLP biased journalists to have a nationwide, Or them used to work over nationwide and they either gone in a Senate now or then gone a press secretary and they sitting there. So you have journalists who are biased to the JLP. We know that for a fact. I don't like this idea of journalists being partisan or biased to one. I mean, everybody really and truly entitled to, have their political biases. I will agree with that. But when you are in the field working, it is not right to be manipulating news and information. As a journalist, we don't really want to hear your opinion. Just bring with the news and bring with the thing properly. We don't want to hear no opinion. If we want your opinion, we'll go call a friend them and discuss it. But as a journalist, your job is to bring us the information and bring us the information accurately. A lot of these people who are calling themselves journalists, they're too opinionated and they're doing that because they want to, you know, um, they want to they want to basically give the public their perception and therefore try to change the public's perception on whatever the issue. We need to do better as a country where journalism is concerned. We had some of the most brilliant, as a matter of fact, I think the first female mainstream journalist over UK was a Jamaican. Don't tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong. What that woman did name again? I don't remember what she name, I think she was the first black journalist for mainstream over England. We're not short of intelligent, brilliant people, but something seems wrong. Is Bunting the Grinch calling Crawford a narcissist, Patakoskik? We can't take Bunting serious anymore, you always say. Bunting their stage four madness. Him a mad out. Bunting cannot walk a mile in a Damian Crawford dirty slippers. Because Bunting and no manners, that are the first thing. Stand up for my police friend them tell me say, when Bunting was the security minister, nobody never liked him because Bunting will walk in a room full of police and not even good morning. He want the people them heal him up first and not him walk in there like him a God. Some don't know what cause him now. No manners. Me not deal with people with no manners. Not even pick me not deal with no manners. The only media that will speak of a little about the JLP is the Observer. I don't really pay too much attention to, whether the media houses are partisan or whatever. Once in a while, something will jump out at you when you can see the obvious bias or trying to frame something a particular way to try to shape people's perception. That's not right. As a media, you don't do that. You report the thing accurately. That's your only job, is to report properly and accurately. Ask the right questions and make sure you're fact checking. Journalism watered down in Jamaica. And you see the disinformation and misinformation will go on. You know, say some of the journalists them I help cause it too. Some of them are help cause it too, man. Me I tell you the truth. Because look what Blunderbuss can do with the election. And that is just one example. That should even me understand that people make mistakes. And it's okay. If you make a mistake, you correct it. But when you have an important job like that, it's like you're working in the medical field, administering medication. You have to be careful. You can't come and expect to make mistake and fix it. Because every time you can fix it. So you have to be very careful from the beginning. Same thing with reporting on an election. You can't do that. I mean, yeah, Diane Jackson Miller come out and say, look here. She was talking to the risers them, because I mean, I refer to them as PNP, because bad to bad, what we are seeing now, what them are called PNP, is a disgrace, as what the pastor say, pray against disgrace. Dion Jackson Miller come out in the election and say, look here, you can't come tell me of a report by election. This is how I've been doing it all my career. Because they want the woman to bias to them, and if you go away with them style there. They're so entitled that even media journalist people, they're not supposed to report according to the scope of their job. They're supposed to report a particular, and I want to know who did that tell a woman to do that. No, some in a member. All age of politics in Jamaica. A lot of institutions are politicized, yeah. And that's also another sad reality too, is that everything in Jamaica, guys, is politicized when time it come on to our institutions. You understand? That's why me always say, me no feel say, no politician no fi appoint no police commissioner. Make a police them elect them commissioner. Everything is too politicized. It not good for the country. We're too small of a nation to be politicizing everything like that, guys. It don't right. Some things when I see politicians in Jamaica are say them at a point. That no, not do that. With the police them too, my feel say the police them, they must elect, let us say they're allowed to elect 5 people, right? And then them have a way that them can vote who they want to be then commissioner. Me not think that should be no damn appointment. Because if somebody appoint me police commissioner now, me I go feel like say, me kind of owe them. I feel should be elected by the people or the people them I work with. Um, I really want to call this, because even though Jamaica 411 say when Mark Golding resign, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Because if he not resign now, if he ever become Jamaica Prime Minister, I'm going to have to resign them time, because somebody surely ever taking a court because I wasn't duly elected. But anyway, I really and truly want to know what is the protocol if an opposition leader or even a prime minister take down sick or dead on the job. They must have one way in advance, or everything them have to do on the spot and can go get Governor General. Supposed to have one deputy, just like you have deputy speaker, they was being and deputy opposition leader, deputy prime minister. Hold on there, guys. Too much are going on with the phone them. Lord Jesus. Moderator, call back. Sorry about that. To honor call one time. Me I go take the moderator call and then me I go call the backlist. Thank you. Hello, moderator. Good night. What's up?
Good evening, good evening. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Blessings to the people in the chat. Um, Natalie,
Eh?
read the question you asked about journalists and journalism in Jamaica, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We just go through this thing slowly. The whole FinSap debacle, yeah? The whole meltdown of the period of the 90s. We there talk about how the wickedest thing ever happened in our history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the 90s, people in the chat can comment to when all of this was happening. With the exception of one journalist who was on the airwaves talking out against this thing. How much journalists in Jamaica ever hear in them time they really come out and do a story, try to do an investigative story, do some journalism investigative to enlighten people on the whole situation?
Well, that is a very good question. And to tell you the
No,
truth,
because I can tell it right throughout that time. There was only one person, it was like the lone voice in the wilderness where did that ribbit this thing in the people that make them know that this is one wicked thing that happened. Most of the journalists was, sidestepping and playing politics with it.
yes, and that's why there's a lack of information today.
Up until today, which part in any civilized country throughout the world you could have had a meltdown like what happened in the 90s, and you don't have even one of our universities do a comprehensive study on it.
Why I mean I know. So what you try to tell me say a long time journalism stay so?
A long time it stays so, and people who have ears and eyes who have followed journalism over the years know. Some people are reluctant to say it because of where they lean, but are the truth.
Oh,
if you have somebody who crave and have a thirst for information without leaning to any side, and you look and you listen and you follow different stations, different papers and stuff like that, it's clear for you to see.
well, I guess I have to agree with it to a
Clear for you.
certain, yeah. I have
It's
to
clear for
agree.
you to see. All right, one point. When the FinSat thing did start and people start finding themselves in a problem with loans that they took and the interest ballooned on them overnight, right? There's this one particular radio station at the time that find themselves in some problem because of the same high interest rate and payment debt and stuff. They end up falling behind and stuff. And they took over the radio station. The people asked to buy back the radio station for 50 cents in the dollar. And the radio station was sold to unknown activists to the government at the time for, I think it was 20 cents in the dollar, for one sole purpose: to get rid of that one voice that we did up on the airwaves, enlighten people. And the man got rid of it and move in time, make a deal with another radio station and move and go up on the radio station. The same radio station, Barry Garden, was on that radio station. And he was doing a feature on a student from the Tivoli Garden High School that did exceptionally well in our exams, pass a whole heap of subject and stuff. And the owner of the station walking at the station and plug Barry G off of the airwaves. You don't remember that incident?
Yes, man, I true. Gangsterism.
Okay, I say no more. My rest my cases, so there's a whole lot more I could say, but I just leave it there. Yeah, man. Blessings to the people in the chat. I'll have a good night.
Yes. Thank you for reminding us. Nossa. It look like so we need media reform. We need some reform with the media too. No, sir. Me not like what this not look good. You can't have so much things that go on. You can't have one of the liar this look here. Me not just say this because I want to bring down the man in the truth matter. One of the liar this opposition leader me ever seen in the history of the world. Lies we can't fact check. And the journalists them silent. This is something I say never know this, never know that. If you talk about man, you fi ask him. Or you never know you're a liar. Did you read the Constitution? These questions are valid. Good night, Liz.
Good night. Sorry about I was opening my sister who had returned home, and I heard the phone ranting. But well, we are here now. First of all, good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Journalism in Jamaica from way back when was always involved in the political situation from as far back as the 1940s. And you have had different levels of investigative journalists. So what has changed within the last, coming from PJ Patterson administration to present, is that journalists know, how do you say it without it? There has been, there's a soiree in January where the Prime Minister of the time holds a party for the journalistic fraternity, and who was it? The man that got the stroke. When named Reverend Roper made reverence to this January 17th, some journalists receive 100,000. So they are going to carry a certain line. But from time immemorial, because right now in the United States, the media across the temperature of the United States, it's campaigning to return and commit a convicted felon to the White House. And this evening, right now I'm watching, the Supreme Court has ruled that the case on which he was convicted, 34 counts or 32 counts, must go back to the judge or to decide which of his actions were official act and which was not. So they have granted him a partial immunity.
Okay.
So the journalistic field is not. They have always been, the old JBC newsroom was fired in the 1960s. Fired the whole of them in 1960, 64 right thereabouts. And Manley took strike action. The other aspect I heard earlier on the
more you answer that one here. Me no mean for cut your list. Hold on pan that thought. Cause me no want to forget. Cause my brain skip sometime. Cause me I get old. But listen, more you answer the question of the people them saying that most of the journalists and the media them bias to PNP.
Well, no, not that's not true. That is absolutely not true. Because what is happening is that when the media communication system was divested, and we reached to 28 from those 2 to 28 media houses. When PJ Patterson opened it up, Lester Sparley became very angry, and so because he wanted a monopoly via RGR, and he wanted a monopoly of stations and other things. So when the Prime Minister then Patterson said no, they wanted to diversify, give almost every parish its own media strength and outlet. And so the RGR took an unfavorable position towards the PNP. And then when we had the Daily News, and that was shut down after the 1980 election in Santiago. And we had the Boulevard. We had several newspapers that were shut down, but no, the media is not at present biased towards the PNP. No.
So why are people saying that?
Well, because they are hearing certain things. What they must differentiate Mark Golding and Peter Bunting. Cliff use adaptation that has to be early, right? And so the JLP is highly favored from there. And the Peter Bunting and Mark Golding has also joined the usership of Nationwide, but they have joined for and with a fee. So Cliffy's survival is based on who pays the best fee. And so,
Liz, are you alone? You alone come where you contact them, sit there, wait there. Yes, the blunderbuss over there take money for, but on a media that then, from money and exchange, or what you call that not fall in the category. You notice me not put up everybody on the screen. Me put up reputable people on the screen, So you can call that media. That not media then if you have to take money. But say allegedly, because I don't want to say me have this information over here.
Well, it is a case of the reality. And then you have within the major media houses, you have individual operating under the guise of journalists who are also getting fees, personal payment from particular politicians to present them always in a favorable light.
Oh God, man. From money and exchange, no man. At this, so we know so the thing gone. Look here, guys, we can't corrupt every single aspect of our society, Can't do that,
No, you can. You can, but there are efforts being made. That is why earlier the program was saying that the Mark Golding. You were asking about who will succeed because he has to resign. The real process of renouncement starts with his resignation from the parliament and the constituency. That is where it really starts. And you were asking the social media audience who really should and will take over. And I heard mention of Peter Bunting. Now, let us clearly understand. That's why it's important that we keep on speaking to the issue of civics returning to school, because in civics, you learned about the entire structure and operation of governance. The Senate is an appointed body. It is the upper house, but it is an appointed body. That is, whichever party forms the government is entitled to name 13 senators. The party that forms the opposition party is entitled to name 8 senators. Therefore, the leader of the opposition is selected from the lower house by the members of parliament on the opposition bench. Mark Golding cannot elect or place Peter Bunting in the opposition leadership. Can't do it. It is unconstitutional, it is illegal, it is treasonous.
Then Liz, Mark Golding look like same business about constitution and one legal and one treasonous.
Glad you mentioned that, because people must pay attention. Please pay attention. He took the PNP's constitution and he did what he wanted. They allowed and facilitated him, because right now the only persons are the only MPs that respect the intellect, the capacity to rationalize, and the understandability of the voters and the people of Jamaica is Lisa Anna and Dr. Peter Phillips. The rest of them are in an arrogant manner that the people is taken, the voters is taken for granted. So anything them say or them do, the people are going to love it up. And that is why because tonight, Rachel Meadows, it's not tonight, Rachel Meadows on the Views, I don't know if it's this morning, said something interesting. Donald Trump said before he won in 2016, the electoral system of the United States is rigged. When he won as president, he said it's rigged. At each time, the Justice Department is rigged. When he lost in 2020, it is rigged. Therefore, all the system of America and the governance of America is a rigged system. Donald Trump don't like elections. Mark Golding doesn't like elections. Donald Trump wants to be given power, handed power, and anybody who disagrees with him is going to get rid of you. So it's a case of entitlement and monarchies. Mark Golding has similar or displayed similar traits. Pay attention. Please, citizens, follow what is happening in America, follow what is happening here in Jamaica. Now, the situation is at a critical juncture. For him to renounce his nuclear birth, Mark Golding must start. That is where it legally starts from. Go find the case, Zela Matala, with Darrell Vaz, and she told him, you have to renounce, you have to resign from the parliament, and he had to resign from the seat. Mark Golding coming to the NEC yesterday with a fake argument and a dupe and a ruse, telling them that I am going to resign means nothing. Absolute Julian Robinson saying it means nothing. The only time it is of any significance and the constitutional is when Mark Golding goes to Garden House and resign, and he resigned from the constituency of South St. Andrew. There and then now, the process is in motion. Then he applies to renounce his British citizenship, which he will not do because, he is an Englishman and his allegiance is to England, born in England, and his allegiance is to England, and he's not going to give up that. Right.
So, Liz, when Mark Golding resign, because him have to resign, yes, everybody, not just him, but Matthew Samuda and Julian Robinson have to resign too. Now, when Mark Golding resigned, it'd be the first in history that we would see a party or Jamaica without an opposition leader or an opposition leader to resign under those circumstances. So, what would be the next course of action? Because the country has to have an opposition leader.
Yes, no, but the party will not be without an opposition leader, nor will the country be without an opposition leader. Because once he indicates that he is resigning officially, then immediately the MPs meet, right? And they decide amongst themselves who is going to be the opposition leader. So once that happens officially, instantaneously you have the opposition leader. What happened at the end?
Hold on there. So where you said them are gonna pick up are they gonna pick an interim or are they gonna what them are gonna do?
Well, that is what we have, but because what happened yesterday should have gone further. It shouldn't be accepted. And I understand. You see, as I said, the disrespect being shown by the PMP MPs, a few of them, 12 of them are 11 of them, excluding Lisa Anna and Dr. Phillips. The rest of them is showing arrogance in disregarding the intellect and the understanding of the Jamaican people, because the NEC should have gone beyond just his word of mouth. Because look at the mannerisms. He had no document in his hand. He as usual, he just came on his stool and got up to the mic and said, I am going to renounce. And he never gave an hour of quality presentation to the Jamaican people, the voters, to the country Jamaica, to the parliament, address the PNP. He never did any such thing. He just came and said, I am going to renounce. And, it was so insulting that I understand quite a few legal luminaries were there, that they sat there and accepted that.
So look here now. If Mark Golden, not if, when Mark Golden resigned, right? You know, feel like say the party would have need to go through an electoral process to bring forward the next leader of the opposition. No, so how is it that them are gonna just pick somebody where them have confidence in her and carry to the governor general?
Yeah, man. It can happen. If you recall 2017, it was unanimously done. Every single person supported Dr. Phillips becoming party president and opposition leader. There was no challenge, no vote. Well, a vote of unanimity, which is historic, and he got. So you can do it. You can. Even at this point in time, what the PNP is doing. The PNP is traditional. They are setting, the male section is set in its ways. They are traditional. So what they say, they are scared they can't separate powers. For example, we said it on the conference tour. Somebody can be opposition leader and somebody else be the party president. And when he resigned, Dr. Phillips was saying, no, the same person who keeping to the tradition, right? Keeping to the tradition. They said no. And then Mark Golden Bandulo is way in. But the fact of the matter is, when Mark Golden wrote the letter, they developed the letter with 15 of them. If Dr. Linville George Bloomfield had signed on to that letter, the late Dr. Linville George Bloomfield had signed on to that letter, it would have been 16 of the 29. That now would allow them to actually carry the letter to the Governor General, right? But because Dr. Linville George Bloomfield said, no, I am sticking, I am in Dr. Peter David Phillips' corner, then they could not go 15, 14, they couldn't go. And so,
no,
it can happen.
Then look here, then when you're looking at the parliament on the opposition side, you see, well, Mark Golden wouldn't have no influence because he wouldn't be able to cast a vote, for anybody else, I don't think. But
no, he's not a member of the PMP either.
Liz, stop it now, man.
No, it's true. He's not a member.
Look here.
Never played membership.
So on the opposition side, on the opposition side, you have how much risers? You have Angela, you have
Angela, Anthony Hilton, and Mark.
No, man, may I say, if there should be a vote, you said that the MP them can vote and carry sit and go get Governor General. So may I say, if them vote Mark Golden would not be a part of that vote, I don't think. Or maybe he would.
No, all right.
Wait now. So you have, hold on.
Angela Brown, Mark Golden, Hilton, and Julian Robinson. That's 4 from 14 leave 10.
So
majority.
No, I'm just trying to figure out, I'm trying to deduce who they would pick to replace Mark Golding, and would the risers oppose, or would the other, what a mix of the pastor say pray against disgrace.
No, but the risers in terms of the 14 persons and in God knows as opposition is only 4. The other 10, they couldn't defeat the other 10, But what is happening, I understand, is that there once again, the power broker wants to impose another male. The people has been telling them for quite some time they do not want the most equipped, the best prepared, the smartest, the most ready, the most relevant person right now inside the People's National Party to lead both the party and the country is Lisa Anna.
What a situation. Oh, look here. Them your money in a PNP today, dear. Me have to talk, because of the truth. Oh, them your
man. It's a power broker. It's a power broker and an egocentric situation.
No, man. It more than that, Liz. It more than that, Liz. Them your money have a hate for woman. Me never in my life yet. As a God, me not tell no lie. I have never in my life seen a set of men them who no like woman so. Me never see that yet, Any man me see, especially Jamaican man them. Nobody love woman like Jamaican man them. You understand? Me never see a set of man them. A bunting. What is bunting? A bunting, me say come fight woman the worst around here, Me never see a set of man them hate woman so. Make a woman have ambition, look good, likable. The man them just want to kill a woman so. How them stay so? Jesus, Father.
You must differentiate. Michael Manley's government 72 to 80.
No, man, me not talk about Michael. Everybody knows some Michael a girls, man.
I'm just coming from that to the present. Michael Manley's government of 72 to 80 was the most successful government in the history of this country. Why? Because of the women movement. The women movement, most 80% of the social laws and legislation he implemented came from the women's movement. Portia Simpson Miller, as Prime Minister, came with a policy. And she was advised by a male not to take it any further. That policy ruled, she said that, I think she built one. Workplace, both government, public sector, and private sector should establish nurseries inside the workplace so that mothers who return from maternity leave to work, you work at the Bank of the Bank of Jamaica.
No, I understand what you mean. It's a brilliant idea to have
brilliant idea. Yeah. But a male politician, a particular power broking male politician, asked her not to advance it. But it was a brilliant idea. She built a nursery.
Jesus, Father. No, sir, me never see this in a life yet. Them are people. What I mean, I know.
The woman is not really the man, you know. 90% of the PMP core membership, 90% of the PMP core membership are women.
Liz, I feel like there's a revenge. I feel like there's a revenge on the party because when Portia was there, I think Portia, a lot of people love Portia, to be honest with you. I mean, politics or politics not. She just had this magnetic kind of personality. She had a personality where, as a woman, she stood up upon her 2 foot them and them something there, and she earned her keep. So a lot of people love Portia. And I think that in and of itself threatened the PNP men so bad that they fear if another woman goes there, because she's a woman and because she may be as beautiful as Lisa and likable as Lisa. Because the only people that want to like Lisa, the risers them in a PNP. Me no care how me feel. No. Me feel so them scared say, if another woman go there, them are going to get ignored because they want attention. Me no know. Oh, they stay so. Of course me see this. The man them come like say they afraid say people are going to like the woman and them want nipple buckle. Me no know y'all is you tell the people then.
Well, it's not only a fact of them wanting nipple buckle attention, but the things that Lisa Anna, if you notice, when she went to Southeast St. Anne, she sat down with a then member of parliament, coming for Foggy Mullins, and Foggy explained the constituency to her. One of the things Lisa did for her 4th term, he was a gentleman who thought he was superpower in the constituency. Wizzy. He took control of Aluna Sambak and he allowed her 1 term. But the moment Lisa came in, he never ever was given control. She never ceded control in no form to him. And so for 4 terms, because he expected to oust her after 1 term because she never ceded to him. But she defeated him and is there for 4 terms. And it is puzzling. But we won't say how she did it. No, if Lisa, like Michael Manley, bring the same energy and political representation to the national front, then of course it is going to, and then by the time she does her 3 term as Prime Minister, 4 term as Prime Minister, of course another young lady will rise.
Boy, I mean, it look like say them. To me, it look like say them them will more gravitate to a certain type of women, because as we all know, and I guess you could probably say the same for men. I don't know. But me have to think about it. But when you think about women, you have some women that come with different personalities. You have a woman who will stand up on her 2 foot. Them, not in a rude or abrasive kind of manner, but she's going to think for herself and make decisions based on, you understand?
Right.
But you have some other women now, them have to crawl up on their knee to have a seat at the table. Them are gonna do some all kind of something. And some woman just not gonna do that. I'ma feel like say them money in a PNP. Them would rather them no want the Portia them come round. They don't want the Lisa them come round. No woman will have a backbone and a spine. The Melissa, boy, me I tell you, the situation terrible, man. And them forget call out feet. Me not like no, but you can't come round and them at time, yeah. One come fight down woman when everywhere else in the world I say women empowerment. Because women have been oppressed for many, many centuries, okay? That's the reality. So, me not understanding caveman style, yeah?
But as I said, you can't blame them alone, because the resentment, 90% of the People's National Party's membership core, 90% of the PNP's membership core are women. And the problem Lisa have is not with the male. The problem Lisa has is with the woman, because they are looking at the fact of her beauty, but they are not looking at the fact of what she has presented and how she has represented.
Right? You know, say a true you talk. Yes, a true. Some woman them is so bad mind and can't look upon another woman without comparing themselves. And without, boy, I mean, the girl we call Lisa Miss Pretty, the one with the brown teeth in the front of her mouth, Miss Look a bit of blood. I see she says so sitting about Lisa and waiting in there. Me have to say, I wonder if she didn't want there with Lisa or something like that. Come here and say, oh, you get so personal with the woman. Eh? And we know what them do behind a closed door. We don't want to bring them out here so to no level way. You understand?
No, but Natalie.
Them for go, man.
The membership, Mark Golden is not a member of the PNP, you know.
Top front talk, so Liz, please.
He is not a member of the PNP. That him can't show you neither and can't show you in the document. Him and a member of the PNP has never joined up to this day. Just like how him do vote PNP, him never joined the PNP. Mark Golden historically was brought in to destroy the People's National Party in the interest of the UK and certain political powerhouse in Jamaica for revenge. Mark Golden is not a member of the PNP.
Liz, him say, look here, Liz, stop right there. So him say, Omar Davis, bring him in. Make we just leave it right there. So because I don't know who that influence Omar Davis to draw Mark in a party. But we know say them financial relationship as what Mark Golden said.
Exactly. There is something else I'd just like to say before we leave, or before we, Mark Golden, as I understand it, is possible. He owns nothing in Jamaica. But it is possible, because you can't be bankrupt and be in parliament, That is another serious offense. The question is Mark Golden in financial trouble, or is he financially strapped. He's on the edge. And two, there is supposed to be a lawsuit filed by Mark Golding involving his wife and the age of which she gave birth to their first child. Why would you, knowing the facts as they are, why would you go to court as her husband to file a lawsuit against a member of parliament involving your wife and the family structure, the birth of the first child? Why would you do that when you know what the facts are? And it's now in the public domain, so the public can discuss it, right?
Well,
so something intellectually is wrong with Mark Golding, and Mark Golding has to start the process of renouncing by resigning from South St. Andrew and resigning from the parliament. That is where the process starts. Not by coming to the NEC, as usual, not looking very well put together as an opposition leader and saying to the audience, I am going to. That is not how it is done.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens in the coming days. The gentleman from
Yes.
Central Kingston, the member of parliament, he said that
Yes,
he will
I
be
am
moving.
hoping tomorrow he's going to do it.
He said
Even though
he said that he's going to be moving a motion.
yes.
I don't know if that has anything to do with the Supreme Court, where somebody is expected to take those parliamentarians to court to have them resign from the parliament. So
Yes.
there's a lot to look forward to, a lot coming up, Liz. But thank you so much for joining, Liz. We'll catch
Thank you
up
for
again.
having me.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
All right. You all too. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
And please stay tuned. Listen to the parliament tomorrow by the MP that is supposed to bring that policy document to the parliament. So
Okay.
let us follow the politics and follow the situation closely. Everybody.
Yeah,
It's
man.
in our national interest to do so.
True, true. All right.
Yes.
Guys, these politicians, they're all answerable to the people. We're the last part of what Liz spoke of about Mark Golding wanting to sue the man or whatsoever. If there is a discussion or a curiosity or questions about the age of Mark Golding's wife and them something there. You see, when you're running for public office, you have to make up your mind and you have to understand that you are answerable to the people. So if people come to you and say, listen, how you buy your house, how you afford to buy your house, how old is your spouse? Them the question, they are simple question, No lawsuit not supposed to that. You're a public figure. And if people are going to ask a certain question, answer the darn question. You are not a private citizen like that anymore. You're coming from, and that's why a lot of people, them decide them do not want nobody to scrutinize them. Them not want nobody question them, so then don't come into politics. But once you decide to come into politics, you are answerable to the people. So if there's a discussion out there, say allegedly, you did there with your wife when she underage, come prove the people them wrong. Where you go with lawsuit? Oh that, oh why are these politicians like that? If you don't want secrecy, don't come into the politics. Don't come into the politics, like seriously. Let me tell you something, man. I want thing with America, No politician can come by and feel like say them more than the people them. Or them not answerable to the people them. No. If you don't have nothing to hide, come out and come talk. If you have something to hide, go out, not coming out of politics because you're answerable to the people. Simple as that, Because if I me, as somebody say, you did there with us somebody they under age, me just come out with the birth paper and just shut them right down. And at them are gonna look bad. At them are gonna look like the disinformationists. Them are gonna look like the propagandists and the liar and the thief and all kind of something. Just come show the birth paper and done the argument. Them people that they make things so difficult. Even the situation with a dual allegiance, you know what the Constitution say you're supposed to at least. If you don't understand, get a lawyer before it reach national and international discussion. But it come like to them are people like disgrace and they like distraction because all the national discourse with our politics, it hasn't been anything about policies really. Most of it have been about disgraceful situation. This a one cost that they one day. Lawsuit, nobody no want answer no question, nobody no want be accountable to nobody. That is the climate. That is the climate, and that's not good because this is not opening up a discussion about the future of our country and our national development. We have people like Dayton Campbell going on political platforms. When you notice that when Andrew Jones attack, he no call people name, Him don't call people name. And experienced and seasoned politicians, they understand that the political platform is where you go to speak and the entire world is hearing you. So when you're going to go up there and call people name, you are putting people's safety and their lives at risk. Dayton Campbell, who is socially dunce, politically dunce, and I would venture to guess say certain parts of his brain is not working. He goes on the platform and call up people name. What politics never used to stay, so? Me don't know when them a riffraff people are coming in a politics. I do them reckless behavior here. And a 4 lawsuit upon him. Them just go take the platform and call up people name. You can't do that. They not no breaks. Them not no boundary. Nothing about them. They're not politicians. They are just some unscrupulous figures wanting to hijack the people's purse, the people's parliament, all kind of something. Jamaica people at time for the world open up to Jamaica now, You know, if you go up and plane again for see the world. We have social media. It connect us and we understand what go on another country, the other part of the world. If you have visa again. So Jamaica people for open them eye and see say the quality of our parliament, the quality of our politicians, it is at a new low, very low. Jamaica can do better than this, guys. Trust me. Jamaica can do better than this. We have a whole heap of brilliant people in the country. Even though many are overseas, many migrated, we have a whole heap of brilliant people in our politics. What we are seeing now is a bunch of riffraffs, liard, people who go take up anybody off of the street, come put on social media, say them a blogger, vlogger, a blog for them attack, for them party, or kind of something. What is this? Like seriously. And the people that they're choosing to do so, they have they're not quality either. Because all them do is sit down on social media and tell lie on people. That's enough vlogging and blogging. The quality. It's sad, really. But, guys, let me just read a few comments here and then we'll wrap up. Real allegiance is of the inner man, not a document. So I'm not interested in renunciation. I'm sure where his loyalty will always be. Well, Junior Miller, that's easier said than done, You can't say that. But when it comes down to those of us who are intelligent enough to understand foreign policy, foreign relation, we understand the various conflicts of interest. At that time, it will matter. And it will always matter. We the people don't want to take a chance with nobody, whether Mark Golding or Mark Golding not. Anybody who can come down to Jamaica citizen alone, we can't trust them. I just that it come down to. Their life is a living, is like an open book. It is. And if you don't want that, then don't come into politics. Do not come into politics. Maybe it's not for you. But you're always answerable to the people. You do not understand that lawsuit. Go and read again. Jack Vassell, what do you mean and who are you talking to? I think you may be talking to somebody in the comments. I don't know. You're absolutely correct that the hatred for Lisa is. May I tell you that man, so till. Oh God, man. That no look good. Suing is now the new political scare tactic to muzzle those who know something. Yes, it's true. And you see, those of us who know that as vloggers, we blog responsibly, don't be afraid of those people who are going to go for lawsuit and come talk about this and that. Don't, because we're entitled to freedom of speech and expression and them a public figure. Only notice me not come over here so come talk about private citizens. I don't come over here so come pick up vloggers, individuals. Come over here come talk about the people them who are accountable to the nation. You understand? And that's their job. So if we over here survive our opinion and I talk about what we see now, nobody can come talk about them can sue. So what? We're not idiot. And we know our rights. And we're not frightened easy. So the vloggers, they must know their right, but at the same time, vlog responsibly. I strongly believe in that. Guys, make sure that you're hitting the like button for us, please, and thanks. They were all surprised with the Constitution. They all assumed a Commonwealth citizen could serve, even when Wildman spoke on the matter due to cognitive dissonance. True. But me still ask the question, From 2 weeks now, me ask the question. Where did they get this idea from that if you are a Commonwealth citizen, you are not supposed to follow the same rule where a US dual citizen would have to follow, like the people in the JLP? Where did that idea came from? We need to know. Is it that because it was never challenged in court? Because sometimes, guys, once somebody says something, and it gone on the grapevine and other people that are like-minded or other people that want to hear and believe something like that, them start take it up as truth. It don't go so. We see it tested in a various Commonwealth jurisdiction and it don't go so. Only in a Jamaica you hear them damn fool the shot. Me show you the case in Australia. When you see the documents of the people, them say, yes, England is a foreign power and all them stuff. We don't need to discuss that. Because right then and there, we look like we are idiots and we're slow. And we know we're not slow. So somebody need to come tell me, where did this idea come from? That if you are a citizen of Britain or another Commonwealth, that the rules don't apply to you. That's not true. A foreign power is a foreign power. Very simple. It is such an insult when people come and try to distort things to make people think that what they're reading and what they're seeing is not accurate, or that they're the ones who are dumb, and they're not. It's manipulative people, disinformation. They have to stop it. So, like I said, This is a victory. No matter what Mark Golding want to say, this is a victory for the Jamaica Constitution. Section 40. Big up Mr. Wildman and all the other attorneys. This is a victory for the Jamaica Constitution, guys. But it doesn't end there, because the truth of the matter is they need to resign, and they shouldn't even make nobody drag them to a court over this. No, nobody do that. Because shame the country and shame on yourself. We don't want to make no headline about this. Enough is damn well enough. When you come out of the parliament and go resign and go do what you know is right, we want to see happen already. What the JLP MP them did do already. And forgot to the lady name on the PMP side where they have to come out of the parliament too. When you go do the right thing, when you have to resign, comes what may. Nobody got tie up this in a courthouse. This don't make sense. Been there, done that. Anyway, guys, the last thing I'm gonna say tonight here is the hurricane will come. Please be careful and be safe. Even if it looks like by the time it gets close to Jamaica, it's gonna be a category 2. Wherever it is right now, I think it's a category 4. So by Wednesday now, in the morning, 105 miles per hour winds. That's a cause for concern, serious cause for concern. Who remember Gilbert? That's the last hurricane I remember in Jamaica. Being there physically, going through Gilbert in 1988, guys. So we know how it going at Jamaica. Hurricane affect the islands different than other places. We're surrounded by water and all these things. So guys, just be careful. And those of you who don't know, this is the number to stay up to date. And if you don't have any emergency, I hope 119 is working and them something there. Heed the warnings and the evacuation orders, guys. It's not a nice thing for trapping a storm. Me see it happen already. It happened to me already. We used to live in Florida upon the beach. They say evacuate, and I say, I'm not going to wake up like people yard. And when the water start coming, guys, I swim, I drown. So it's a serious thing. You might not even be able to get out. You understand? So I don't want come back and hear so nothing happen to nobody. Them say one must get non-perishable food. This is your hurricane preparedness list. Medical supplies, battery-powered radio, know how it go. All who have medical condition that rely on electronic devices, whether you use oxygen, whether your granny need oxygen, or them something there. Guys, make sure say uno have the asthma pump, them and everything put together. Everybody's supposed to have one local bag if they want to run. Them have them paperwork in it. Serious, guys. I am still praying that it weakens by the time it gets to Jamaica. Me even want to say it changes course, because that means someplace else will get the storm. Me just want it get weak. We can't manage no more. To the journalists of the country, please do a better job. We not dislike we just do a better job, because we not fall too short. And we is very capable, because we soon work. Guys, these are some of the damages. I must have Bermuda this. Get some images from Bermuda. And of course, the government put out them advisory. So if anybody getting a problem, then can say the government never tell you no whatsoever. You understand? Anyway, guys, I thank you so much for joining. Please make sure that you're hitting the like button before you leave. Silent listeners, good night. If you have not subscribed, please do so. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers on this channel. We appreciate it. Let us keep counting and keep going. Take care of yourselves, guys, and have a good night. I'll catch you tomorrow, Tuesday. Hopefully, catch you tomorrow. Take care.